Transformation in 3, 2, 1.
Hi everybody, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning gazer, hi guys. A couple quick things, just let you know the schedule is changing. I will be in and out. I will be here when I can. I am available for personal readings. The email is in the description box below. Just kids starting school. Everybody's going different places. My son just started college, and it's affecting my ability to post and stuff when needed, because everybody needs to be somewhere at a different point in time. So thank you for that, and please check if you are subscribed that you are still subscribed and that you get notifications, because YouTube's been playing its weird little game, and the subscribers missing yesterday, they took 15 views away from a video. I don't know why, but if larger channels are complaining about this, smaller channels are grossly affected. So there's just that little bit of information for you. Thank you very much. All right, ancestors, spirits, guides. We're going to start with the rune. Oh, what messages do we need today? What messages for the collective, for everyone who's listening now and in the future? This is the harvest. This is Ingwis, the harvest stone. Do you see that? Look at that. Interestingly, I've been working on a series of pictures with some bind runes in them, and I did use Ingwis in one of them. So I might post that on my Facebook page. So check that out. Number 8. Number 8. Fertility, the hero god. You know I love this. This rune is akin to the moon, the intuitive part of our nature. With its urge towards harmonizing and adjusting the sphere of personal relationships, Ingwis embodies the need to share and the yearning to be desired, a search after similarities. The completion of beginnings is what Ingwis requires. It may mark a time of joyous deliverance, of a new life, a new path. A rune of great power. Drawing it means that you have now the strength to achieve completion, resolution, from which comes a new beginning. Above all, completion is crucial here. It may be timely that you complete some project now. If so, make that your first priority. Perhaps a difficult state of mind can be resolved, clarified, turned around. The appearance of this rune indicates that you must fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. Ingwis signals your emergence from a closed chrysalis state. All things change, and we cannot live permanently amid obstructions. As you resolve and clear away the old, you will experience a release from the tension and uncertainty. You may be required to free yourself from a rut, habit, or relationship, from some deep cultural pattern, some activity that was quite proper to the self you are leaving behind. The period at or just before birth is often a dangerous one. Movement involves danger, yet movement that is timely leads out of danger. Now it is time to enter the delivery room. Another of the cycle runes, Ingwis counsels the preparation, being centered and grounded, freeing yourself from all unwanted influences, and seeing the humor. You are indeed prepared to open yourself up to the will of heaven and can await your deliverance with calm certainty. This talks about the beginnings of something that cannot be completed, or cannot be begun until the completion of something else has occurred. And oftentimes that's a mindset, right? I mean, above and beyond all else, mentalism is the first hermetic principle, and it's about like what we perceive and how we see things. And here comes Chaos Kitten. Yeah, timber kitty. So how we see things, she does not want to be contained. Changes how we do things, how we react to things. There is something that needs to be completed, and if it's an old mindset, that's got to be the first thing to go, so that the new can come in. And it's very, very telling here, you know, free yourself from a rut or a habit. There was a at 444 on the clock, there was a old saying that used to say, a narrow mind fits nicely in a rut. Look at this hat. You will be playing a different role. Check that out. Check that out. You will be playing a different role. And obviously, right? So that other role has to complete. If this is a new job or a new endeavor that you're trying out on, it's going to have to be fulfilled so that the other one can, because you can't be in two places at once. Your mind can't be in two places at once. If it's something like, if it's a relationship of some kind that needs to evolve, things need to change. What does this say? Look, misunderstanding wall. And it could be a simple communication. It could be a simple, fixing of a perception, yours or someone else's. Maybe that's what is needed right now. We can't live permanently amid obstructions. That misunderstanding is a huge, huge obstruction. And sometimes the misunderstanding is how to do a task, how to complete something, the instructions on something. Sometimes it's something someone said, and we misinterpreted what they said. And it caused an obstruction. It caused a chain of events. Interesting, Spirit. And I am a lot of stuff coming up. There's a lot. Yeah. So take your time with it, but don't take too long. Go quickly, but don't hurry. Right? Ancestors anymore? Clarification. What's this? Oh, hills. Look, obstacles to overcome. Exactly. And strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Fire. Ooh. It's like everything has its equal and opposite, right? So in order to feel a measure of joy, we have to feel a measure of uncertainty, in sadness. To feel a measure of love, there has to be some feeling of. And I know people don't like that, but that's the bottom line. That's the principles, right? Puppy. Puppy. What are you doing? Calm down, puppy. So the kitten gets out and everybody gets a little crazy. I know about that puppy. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a sweetheart. Right. We're going to pick a card. You're going to pick a card, Bear. Ancestors, spirits, guides. That's a lot. I got 4 cards popped out. All of the cards in this deck seem to be facing the same way, but look at that. 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. That moving towards something that's fulfilling, something that's going to bring you your wish, and really, seeing things from a different perspective rather than lamenting the sadness of the leaving behind. There is some of that there, but it's really a joy to be discovering the thing that makes you happy and moving toward it, reaching that access point, and you can't get there if you stay here. Look, it's the Hermit. The Hierophant, and it's Newton. It's Isaac Newton. And he created a lot of laws of physics. He created, but he identified. We talk about the laws, the Hermetic principles, but also the physics that actually has to happen, the way things work, right? This is about tradition. It's about commitment. It's about making that commitment to a higher education, a higher understanding, a higher know-how from the center of your being, right? He was also a very, call him a pious man. I'm not sure if that's quite right, but Newton had some very, he was a very solitary being, right? And he considered his chastity and his abstinence like part of his holy mission. Chaos Kitten is stealing our room. But it's about keeping that in mind, that sometimes we have a higher calling and things that are necessary to be done in order to achieve that higher calling. And it might mean that we are perceived by others as being a bit strange or not fully following the social norm, and yet creating a whole new physical norm. Guys, I love you guys. You're driving me crazy. You go down here by Bear. I think I put her on Bear. 2 of Wands, exactly, because it opens up this crossroads. Having that commitment to something else, going towards your wishes, hopes, and dreams, that fulfillment that you're looking for, and there's rules attached to it. There's something about rules attached to it, and it opens up the possibilities. The gateway here, you got the Two of Wands coming out, and right after that, it's the Three of Wands. Wow, look at that progress. Look at that progress. Once the decision is made, like we're more than doers, we are deciders. Once we decide, the doing becomes easy. Sorry. I had her in the bedroom, and my daughter let her out while we were reading. And now she's doing after all of our stuffs. Yep, what's on the bottom here? Wow. Wow, it's the Devil. You have like Taurus energy and Capricorn energy coming out in the major arcanas. And again, things that we're bound to, things that are good for us and things that aren't. Can we have 2 more cards, please, Spirit? Can we have just a little bit more clarification? I like this. Nine of Pentacles. And I'm not even... I'm going to look in the book because there's some extra cards in this book, and I know that that's what is happening right now. So just to be on the safe side. You can just fast forward through this little section if you want. Because it doesn't make sense. So I don't use this deck very often because it can be very, very confusing. Oh, here we go. It's the Phoenix. Wow. Wow. It's the Phoenix. 9 of Pentacles and the Phoenix. Let's read what it says. The phoenix is a fabled bird that has its origins in ancient Phoenician mythology. At the end of its life, it bursts into flames and burns to ash, and a new phoenix is reborn from the remains. It has come to symbolize the cycle of change, death, and rebirth. In the Quantum Tarot, the Phoenix card symbolizes the Fool reborn at the beginning of a new cycle. We recommence the journey through the major arcana and all of the innocence and openness of the Fool, but this time around we carry the memory of everything we've already learned. Wow. This time around, you're doing it, you're seeing it. Rising from the ash, here is that fire. Really resolving to understand the things that were misunderstood, to really ingest them, take the time with them, see them for what they are, like Newton here, right? And then rising from the ash, 9 of Pentacles. It's really independent energy. It doesn't mean that you're doing it alone. It just means that you can, that you don't have to rely on anybody else, that you're standing on your own 2 feet, and you've come a long way. Absolutely beautiful. Let's get some clarifiers. What's on the bottom now? 10 of Cups. You guys, this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. A new beginning. A new beginning. But you're not new at this, right? It's like, there we go with that Phoenix. It's the understanding of what you didn't understand before, the misunderstanding, and going through the cycle, going through a process, learning something, and now on your new endeavor, right? Waiting for those ships to come in, waiting for the things to coalesce, coincide, right? Come together. I said cohesive. My mom was like, that's not a word, and I'm not sure. But it was like it was gluing together. It was like sticking together. What have we got here? Oh, look at that too. Now these are all in the same right too. So we've got the Fool. Look at the Phoenix, just talking about the Fool, the hero's journey, the new beginning, the hero god. Reinforced again. The Fool card coming out. Take that leap of faith. You know, when communications come through, now we have 2 8s. Very powerful, and it has like a bit of a restlessness to it. When communication starts happening, little bits at a time, little bits of know-how, when that starts coming through, take that leap of faith, right? Because this is what you've been waiting for. Have that conversation. Be open to it. Maybe they're telling you something about a new endeavor that you're taking. Maybe it's a new business endeavor. Maybe you're something about a hobby. I'm hearing like banking. Maybe you're buying a house. Maybe you're getting a job. There's like these little bits of communication that are opening up the possibility. When they come in, take take that leap of faith. This is Spirit saying it is time. With a calm certainty, you await the deliverance of the will of heaven. That's what this is. Three of Wands. The Fool, the Phoenix, calm certainty, waiting on that will of heaven. Look, Page of Cups. Page of Cups coming out, and on the bottom, it's the Ace of Wands. There's a little bit of loving communication, right? Sentimental and loving communication. It's bringing in the, I heard the appetite. It's getting you excited. It's bringing in the inspiration. I love it too because she's an artist. Look at that. Look at that. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles talks about feeling like we're being left on the outside of something, that there's obstacles to overcome. There's also this like comforting of this young person comforting this older person here because they've been locked out, and it's like, don't worry, we got you, we can take care of this. This is not the place that we need to be. That's not the door that we need to go through. That's not the table we need to sit at. We need to create our own space. These people here, the new can see it, the young, right? It's Page energy, fresh energy. Could have something to do with your friendship circle, could have something to do with your family. Look, on the bottom, Four of Pentacles, holding on tightly. You know, it could be that the people behind this door are holding on so tightly to the things that are theirs. They're causing obstructions. And it's time to open that up. The possibilities that something else is available. Let's get a few more of these cards, and then we'll get a Celtic healing and get you on your way here. Ancestors, spirits, guides. Anything else for the collective? Torch. I love this to go with the fire, to go with the Ace of Wands. It was the spiritual development and enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So go from the misunderstanding to understanding. It's all coming around now. Look, bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. And it's through patience. It's through patience, it's through determination, and it's through taking that leap of faith, right? And getting in line with what your heart's desire, learning about it, opening up the possibilities to yourself. Brings on happiness. Flowers. Look at that. How gorgeous. And the wreath. Sorrow over a loss. You know, sometimes we're sad that we have to leave a space when we evolve, right? And sometimes it's a sadness because the thing didn't work out the way that we had hoped that it would. Things could be sad that you're leaving and you're starting on a new process, right? Take it how it resonates for you. It's going to be different for each of you. But the guarantee here is the happiness. Sovereignty showing up, the mare. Again, you're not going to be alone in the process. The process isn't about loneliness, solitude, right? It's about independence and knowing that you can do it on your own. You don't have to rely on anybody else, but they're here for you in the process. To Spirit. Oh, look. The Call Between Worlds. A card slid off the front. And Treasures, Stone, Spear, Sword, and Cauldron. What is the one that flew off? Tyrannus, the god of thunder and lightning. And look at like what's happening here. It's like choose your utensil to harness the energy, right? Between these two worlds. Yeah, it really feels like maybe there's like a tug. There's this tug and you're holding on. You're holding on. Oh, the Banshees, the Call Between the Worlds. Whew. Banshees cry announces the threshold between worlds of life and death. Wow, and then the new beginnings, right? The fertility, this right here, right? The death of one thing and the birth of something else, right? Again, not literal, figurative. These are metaphors. Appearing as a wild and haggish woman, the Banshee is a messenger from the other worlds at the time of death. Coming by night, she shrieks and sobs outside of a home or hospital as death draws near, favoring families with O or Mac in their surnames. Banshees may lend an air of aristocracy to certain Irish families. Some aspects of your life or the life of your community is dying. The Banshee's call signifies a time when the threshold of the spirit world draws close. The messenger from the other world, she beckons you across the divide, encouraging you to see a dying to a certain aspects of this life as thresholds to an expanded vision. By fearing death in any aspect of your life, you create needless anxiety. Approaching her generously will bring the certainty of the other world and afterlife in general. By looking closely, you will see that death is always near. Life and death is a seamless passage from one form to another. Draw your attention to the aspect of your question that seeks death and consider the possibilities that beckon from the other side. In this way, by seeing beyond her fearsome aspect, the banshee's will seems reassuring, even hopeful. In our last reading that we did a couple days ago, the death card did come out, and I was reading it as we always do. You know, it isn't necessarily an actual physical death, but the death of a situation. But I was called to that, and I did receive a message. Someone passed, and someone else was very sad and having a moment through, and these were separate people, separate moments, separate passages of time, right? And I just want everybody, I'm sending you light. I'm sending you light to let you know that you are loved. You are not alone. If you're feeling alone, you are not. We're here for you. We're sending you all of our love and respect, and know that tomorrow is a new day. Right? A new day dawns 21:12. So I'm like seeing the never-ending story. Don't give in to the sadness on text. Like having to get through the space of the nothingness, but they do win out in the end, and they have that little grain. You ever seen the never-ending story, right? It just got that little pearl of sand. The Empress, and he has to give her a new name. And when he gives her the new name, Fantasia begins to be rebuilt, right? From the imagination, from the leap of faith, the phoenix rising from the ash, right? And he gives her a new name. He names her Moonchild. It's beautiful. Tyrannus, the god of thunder and lightning. Tyrannus is the Celtic god of thunder, presiding over the weather and conditions of men and women below. A flash of lightning and the roar of thunder signifies the unknown, changeable nature of the elements of the fortunes of human life. Tyrannus brings a mercurial and destructive character to the company of the Celtic sky deities. Your life may feel beset with unforeseen changes. The swift pace of events can be unnerving and confusing. This oracle suggests that events are set into motion by natural forces outside of your control. You are cautioned to be more careful about your speech and actions, and yet ready to be swift and act swiftly if you or others are in danger. Tyrannus is associated with the forces of nature. It is as prudent to take the precautions as to go indoors in harsh weather. It is wise to act in a restrained manner and maintain a low profile when circumstances of your life are shifting. Strategizing is often useless and even unwise, not only because of changing circumstances, but also because your mental clarity may be impaired. Like changes in the weather, the fast pace is now occurring in your life is likely to change again. And this oracle cautions against undue anxiety and encourages combining restraint and readiness in your present actions. Wow, restraint, preparation, right? What is the P's? Preparation, planning. I know you guys know it. If you know it, put it in the comment section below. But being ready, being prepared, what is luck is preparation meets opportunity. So you're ready for it. And we can't prepare for everything, but what we can do is have our mindset straight and ready and right to say, okay, when the time is happening, the time is now. I am ready for it, and being fluid with it, not letting, not being so rigid that we don't let the changes occur. That's what all of this is about. Having less anxiety about the changes that are occurring in your life and in your mindset and in your heart and soul, right? We take that leap of faith and be ready for those differences to come through, right? It's like being open to it, as stern and strange as Newton was about some things sometimes, he was very open to the possibility of the answers in which he was seeking, right? What those could be. And he found that. Hi, Kibo. Treasures. When the Tuatha De Danann invaded Ireland from the isles of the north of the world, they brought 4 treasures with them: the Stone of Fail, which shrieks when the rightful king sits upon it. The spear of Lu, which grants victory. The sword of Nuada, from which no one escapes. And the cauldron of the Dagda, from which no one leaves hungry. Each treasure represents power and its challenges. You're either naturally drawn to power and authority, or your present circumstances require the right use of power. Power is invariably a double-edged sword, capable of cutting in two directions. Having mastery makes possible important personal accomplishments, expression, and satisfaction. And at the same time, in holding authority, you may attract circumstances and events that challenge and further develop the power and authority. Unless you acquire emotional and spiritual qualities equal to your talents and life situation, you will not be able to express the talents and skills you rightfully hold. Consider the possibility that the challenges you attract are invitations to bring qualities such as greater awareness, confidence, integrity, savvy, kindness, and equanimity into your nature. Take time to reflect on that particular type of challenges you are presently encountering and the unique qualities needed to meet them successfully. And there it is, the unique qualities to meet them successfully with the phoenix, right? With the phoenix and the fool. And Ingwes, the hero god, right? Rising to the challenge, rising to the occasion, not letting misunderstanding keep you stuck, right? Those are things that we're learning. Those are things that we're developing and growing and seeking out the knowledge and information of, so that we too may develop and grow. Remember, a narrow mind fits nicely in a rut, and you are not going there. You are headed towards happiness, expansion, love, and freedom. Oh, I hope that was helpful for you. I hope that you got something out of it. Thank you so much for being here. Again, remember to hit like and subscribe if this resonated with you, or if you've become unsubscribed. And if you're interested in a personal reading, email me. The information is in the description box below. I'm wishing you all a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.
Transformation in 3, 2, 1.